Hey guys, it is the Nerdy Movie Guy, and so today we're going to talk about Star Wars The Bad Batch, Episode 10, from Season 3, obviously. And so in this episode, we see a lot more of the Empire's dirty work, what they're trying to stand for, what Palpatine really wants in the end. And it's really cool to see this show utilize his power to show that the Empire controlling the galaxy wasn't his main objective, really. It was to prevent his ultimate demise. He was always planning for, as we see in this season, to come back. And that's what Project Necromancer is for the Empire, for Palpatine. And so, as we've seen, I believe it was season 3 earlier this season, that he was speaking with Dr. Hemlock, Palpatine himself, and he's sort of alluding to the fact that maybe not everyone in the Empire is all for these projects that he has. So even though he is ruler, he still has control the Imperials around him. And so that's sort of shown a little bit in this season, and this story is taking it further with this episode, episode 10. And so in this episode, we see that 4 sensitive younglings, presumably, are being set aside and brought to Tantus for this Project Necromancer, for whatever involvement they're going to have. And so this episode just takes a dark turn that the series in this season was already having, but this episode was darker than the rest of them. Not necessarily more violent or more bloody or more, it didn't have any gore in it at all. But it's more of the mental awareness of what the Empire is doing and who they are and what their goals are. That's the part that's taking a darker turn, especially in this episode. And so, not only are there children here now, we see Cad Bane is at it again, bringing 4 sensitive children where Palpatine wants them to go. And so, in the Empire, we've realized in the past couple episodes that the Empire has open contracts for bounty hunters to look for M-count targets. However, we also know that in Star Wars The Clone Wars, Darth Sidious, as Darth Sidious, not Palpatine or Emperor, directly contacted Cad Bane, asking him, to look for the holocron, and presumably the same mission for 4 sensitive children that Cad Bane had kidnapped in Clone Wars as well. And so this is nothing new for Bane. We've seen him do this before. We've seen him work directly for Sidious before. So it's sort of unclear if Bane knows he's working for now Palpatine directly or just the Empire. It doesn't specify, but Bane would probably do it either way. So he's bringing children to ultimately to send them off. He doesn't know where they're going. He doesn't really care. And that's Cad Bane. And we don't need this fluffy redemption story for a character like Cad Bane. Cad Bane's a villain. That's who he is. That's who he needs to be. He doesn't need to be anyone else. We've seen Disney sort of deviate from the villain characters before, trying to make Boba Fett this hero, and it sometimes worked, sometimes it didn't. But a character like Cad Bane, a character that should have been like Boba Fett, probably should have been left alone. Bane, ultimately, in the book of Boba Fett, I thought had a neat story, but he just didn't have enough screen time or story to make an overall impact of his arc throughout Clone Wars and the Bad Batch. So, to me, Clone Wars and Bad Batch are the bulk of Cad Bane's story. So, like I said, this is no different for him, and it's just cool to see him sort of treated with respect again. So it's really cool to see that. So we'll see where this goes from here. I know that the Empire is bringing more and more M-count targets here. I don't know if this room where these children are is going to fill up by the end of the season, or if this room and Tantus will continue to be in some next Star Wars project. I don't know. It would be cool to see, I think. But regardless, this is what we're seeing for now. So we'll just see where it goes, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Keep it digging.